Hey everyone, so in today's video I'm going to be speaking to you about how you can talk with your spirit guides, how to communicate and connect with your spirit guides, and how to understand when they're communicating and connecting with you. For some of you, the word spirit guides might feel a little bit weird, and you might prefer to change that for your higher self or for the universe, for the divine. For some people, they prefer that kind of terminology and they feel more, I suppose, connected to, and they resonate more with the word divine, or those are the words that I used just then. For me personally, I actually don't tend to use the word spirit guides, although I understand that there are spirit guides and that I'm aware when they are helping me, but I tend to see all of that guidance as coming from the divine, which in my opinion is beyond all of that and helps all of those other things take place and all of those other beings to help me and each of us. So in today's video, I'm going to explain, as I say, how you can start to communicate and connect with these guides and how to know when they're communicating and connecting with you. The first point that is really important for any spiritual seeker, anyone that wants to kind of be open to this guidance, is exactly that. It is to be open, and it is to have this freedom, because ultimately, as human beings, we all have free will. We all have the ability to decide what we want to do. And if we aren't open, that is in one sense us using our free will to say, I'm not receptive, I don't want to be receptive to what these higher beings may want to deliver to me, want to teach me or show me. So the first thing is openness. And we have to be open, because as I say, if we're not open, we're not receptive to these messages, and it is in a way switching off potential guidance. So being open and kind of allowing opportunity to come into you is really, really crucial. The way that most guides, higher beings, the divine, all of these entities tend to operate through us, often people assume that it's going to be through thinking. They're going to talk to us in our mind and we're kind of listening out and waiting to hear something. Many people will say to me, I'm trying to get guidance from the divine or my higher self or my spirit guides, but I don't really know whether they're guiding me or not. I can't really discern between what are my thoughts and what is guidance from these higher places, these higher beings. For some people, they will hear things. For some people, they will intuit the information in that way. But from my perspective as a teacher, I don't believe it is very healthy, it's very safe to kind of tell everyone broadly on a video like this over YouTube that you're going to hear from your spirit guides through thoughts, because of course for a lot of people it is very hard to discern what is your own thoughts, your ego mind, and what are thoughts that are coming from a higher place. So for most people, and this is something that I personally experience, is that I don't get the information in that manner. Most people will get it in different ways, and it will be things like, once you become open to the idea of, okay, I want some spiritual guidance, please guides, show me what I need to do next, who I need to talk to, where I need to go in my life, what my purpose is, whatever it might be that you're looking to get guidance with. Once you open that door and show willingness and show that you are open to guidance, it will come in these ways. So your guidance will come in the form of, you will come across a book that contains the exact information that you need to know. It might be that you start seeing numbers that are prevalent or that are sort of important within numerology. So numbers. So you might start seeing 1111. You might start seeing 2222. You might see the number 111. Things like this are a sign that you are moving in the right direction. It's almost like your guides, your spirit teachers are saying to you, yeah, the way that you're going at the moment is correct. This is me communicating to you in the physical world and saying, keep on, keep doing what you're doing, keep moving in the direction that you're moving in, keep looking down the avenues that you're looking down. This is a really good sign. And this is something that many of you, I'm sure, will have experienced. And if you have, please let me know in the comments, because I always love hearing people's experiences with seeing numbers. I, for one, have had this, and I was seeing the number 1111 or 111 every single day. Everywhere I looked, I kept seeing that number. And this was when I was kind of starting off with YouTube, when I'd started my online meditation and spiritual school, which is called the Inner Journey School. When I started making content around that, and when I started making videos for those things, I would see 1111 even more. So there was one particular time, I've got this on my Instagram actually, where I was filming a meditation for a meditation course that I ended up putting in my community. And I had a clock down on the floor just so I could keep track of time. And when I started the meditation, I remember I was talking to the camera, and then I looked down, it said 11:11, and I actually stopped teaching in this class and said, I can't believe it, it's 11:11. I picked the clock up and showed the camera. This was happening to me all the time. And another story actually was, I was within my community, every 2 or 3 weeks, we'll get 2 members of the community to share their journey with meditation and spirituality. And there was a lovely lady who's within our community, whose name I won't share just for her sake, but she was saying how she had been seeing loads of numbers all the time over the previous years, and she had been seeing the number 1111 all the time, and 111 all the time as well. And as she was saying it, for the UK time it was 7 p.m, but many of the members are all around the world, in the US and in different places, and someone within the community just posted on the Zoom chat and said, by the way, it's 11 minutes past 1 right now. So it was literally, the number came up as she was telling us all about the number. It's crazy. But that is a sure sign of guidance from higher beings or your spirit guides. The other thing is things like videos. So this video now, you could say that this is guidance. Like if you're watching this video, there's millions of people around the world who will never see this video, but for you, it's landed on your algorithm, or it's landed on your homepage, and you've decided to click it. And this video may just be a sign from your spirit guides, the divine or the universe, saying to you, yeah, look, you've asked for guidance and now you've got a video about it. I'm here with you. Please keep doing what you're doing. Could be that. So what really I'm pointing at here is that the guidance comes in very practical ways. And people often say, well, I've not heard from my spirit guides. You know, they've not suddenly appeared in front of me and said, I'm here, I'm looking after you. That's not the way these things tend to work. They can, and often people will see lights. Some people may see lights when they're not even meditating and things like that. And some people believe that is guidance from your spirit guides or your higher self. Also, people will have more direct interactions during meditations. So I'm not saying that the guidance never comes in a practical way. It very much does and can for a lot of people, but equally there's a huge amount of people that don't get guidance in that sort of direct, sort of more clear-cut way. So this video really it's almost like your guides are working through this video to say, hey, keep looking out for these things, because this is where I'm talking to you. I'm not talking to you through thoughts. I'm not talking to you through visions or meditations at the moment, for whatever reason. I'm talking to you through the books that your friend recommended, or a book that came up on, online, or when you went into the bookstore, you just got drawn to one book. I'm talking to you through that. I'm talking to you through numbers that you keep seeing. I'm talking to you through videos. I'm talking to you through conversations that you've had with friends. All of these practical ways, our guides, our teachers on the spirit realms will talk to us through these means. So as soon as we become open, we are then kind of opening the door up and saying, yeah, come in. This is how I would like you to, we're not saying this is how I'd like you to teach us, but this is how they will start to teach us. And another way, in a more obvious way, or a more kind of physical way, I suppose, that you can understand this guidance is through sensations. So for me personally, I feel a warmth. I feel it almost like I've put a cloak on when I feel the presence of what I call the divine, what I consider to be the divine. I feel sometimes tingling. I also get a knowing. So this is kind of beyond sensations, but a knowing. Knowing. So from my personal, I suppose, angle on this subject is that I will often connect to my guides, as I say, what I call the divine. And I'll say when I'm about to make a video or when I'm teaching someone, I'll say, I'm just about to do this particular thing. Please, can you work through me? I'm a human being. I've got a limited mind. I've got an understanding, but it's a human understanding. I know you know exactly the video that I need to make right now and the title and everything. Please, can you work through me? Please, I'm going to move myself out of the way, my ego. Please, can you work through me like I'm an instrument for you and just allow me to pass on the message that needs to be passed on. And if I do that in a way that is pure, without any kind of selfish intent or interest there, this comes in a knowing. So I will often feel it in my chest, and it is a subtle knowing. It's almost like I've remembered something that I've forgotten. That's how I tend to explain it. It's like if you're trying to think of something and you're like, I know the answer to that. When you're in that state, that's how I feel when I'm trying to teach on my own. But when I ask for assistance, it comes, and the answer comes, and I know it's the right answer. Not because I've fact checked it or for any other reason, then I just know it's the right answer. So for me, it comes in that way. You may have other ways that your teachers, your spirit guides work through you or around you. These are just some of the areas that I would that I'm familiar with and that I've experienced myself. But I'd love to hear if you have any other experiences of connecting with your own personal guides and what that looks like. Please let me know in the comments if you do. If you do want to be part of a meditation and spiritual community, I've got one of those. It's called the Inner Journey School, as I mentioned earlier. And we basically host live sessions throughout the week. There's loads of guidance and courses on meditation and spirituality within there. And it's just like an amazing community for what I would consider real, earnest seekers of truth. So if that's something that you're interested in or resonates with you, please feel free to join us in there. But failing that, I'll see you on the next video. Thanks a lot.